Hello and welcome to the second edition of the E Show during our 2017-18 season. Once again, my name is Neil Ravin, the Director of PR and Social Media for the EHL, and joining me this week on the E Show is Jon Rogger from the Philadelphia Revolution. Thank you for taking the time this morning, Jon.
Yeah, Neil, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so Jon, everyone's of course noticed the hot start for your team as you're now 17-0-0, undefeated to start the season. Going back to, let's say, training camp and during the summer, did you expect this, or what has surprised you the most by this start?
You know what? It's one of those things. A lot of things fell into place. No, you're never expected to go have the hot start that we're currently having. But certain guys, part of this league, certain guys got cut from North American League teams that I think can easily play in that league, and so getting some of those players like Justin Mears and Samir Abulhana and Austin Morgan and Marty Kapoyan back are big pieces to our team right now that we weren't expecting to get. And anytime you can add kids like that, add depth to your lineup, good things happen. And right now it's just a group that's working together, working hard. And like I said, you never expect to have that hot of a start, but we did expect, to have a good team going into the season once all the pieces fall into place.
Yeah, you just listed off a few of your top scorers. Of course, we've given Whitman a couple of awards throughout the season. He, of course, was on the EHL All-Star team. We've noticed the play of Pelkey and Kramsky in net. Is there someone that maybe flies under the radar on your team that's been a real big key to this winning streak as well?
Yeah. You know what? Like you said, from goaltending to defense to up front, like everybody's contributing in a big way right now. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the success that we've been having. It's not just one or two guys, like you mentioned. Bryce Whitman's obviously having a great year. But guys that have really stepped up to another level are guys like Austin Morgan and Marty Kapoyan. And when I found out those two were coming back, they're along with Bryce Whitman. Those are three that, going into the off season, we really wanted to have back. And they've been a huge boost to this team. And not only from the on ice standpoint, but the off ice standpoint as being leaders, both on the ice and off the ice. And, that both of them are playing with something to prove to the rest of the league. And they're definitely college hockey players that are going to do well at the next level. And right now they're showing what they can do.
So, yeah, after your last showcase, I did notice those players a lot. You guys, of course, won a game in overtime over the Warriors. You won a game over the Lumberjacks 2-1. And at that point, we were like, maybe the streak will last a little bit longer. And then I started to look up on your schedule and see, what lied ahead for your team. And it all came up to this weekend. I kept circling this week and a chance to go back up against the Warriors on Sunday, a team that you went to overtime with. But, the big matchup, our game of the week this Saturday against the New Hampshire Avalanche. So you're coming in, of course, with a record of 17-0-0. The Avalanche 14-2-1. Is this just another game, or what's the talk like in the locker room this week for your team?
That's a great question. So we obviously had a close call on Monday against the Junior Flyers. We went into overtime. We ended up winning that with 11 seconds left, but we haven't really talked too much about this upcoming game. Really, it's just another game for us that, hey, we're not going to treat it any differently. Guys know what they need to do, and obviously from a coaching standpoint, it's a lot easier to talk about that. Yeah, we may prepare a little bit more knowing we're going to have our hands full, but to our guys right now, they've got the confidence. We don't talk about the streak really. It's just one of those things. Hey, let's go out, play a game, and as I've stressed to my team for many years, just go out and play hard. If you do that, good things will happen. And right now, that's what's been happening. So hopefully we can keep it going. But we scoreboard watch. We watch the league, what they're doing, and we know the Avalanche are a tough team, and it should be a good game Saturday night.
So you've kind of tried to squash all the talk about the streak whenever it comes up, because of course, last season we had the Little Flyers who ripped off 30 straight, and they had a 33-game point streak as well.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I don't think I've heard one player talk about it, and it's one of those things I think just guys know. People are starting to take notice from even the other leagues, and as you mentioned before the broadcast here, that about USA Hockey interviewing us and Bryce Whitman, and you know what, we don't think a whole lot about it. It's just, hey, come to work, be ready to go, and one game at a time. Obviously, we want to keep the streak going, and but at the same token, it's we're back on the ice this morning, and it's just another day at work. And but we, as we get closer to game day, it's more focused on our opponent than it is the streak right now.
Makes sense. So there you have it, folks. They're not talking about it. They just keep winning. And this Saturday, we can mark it down as probably one of the biggest games of the EHL season so far, as the Revolution hosts the Avalanche 7 o'clock Saturday night. It's the EHL game of the week. You can watch it for free on Hockey TV. Thank you for taking the time this morning, John, and good luck this weekend.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate you having me on.